헤드폰お願いします。
헤드폰 껴주세요. 헤드셋 껴주세요. 헤드셋 껴주세요.
Hey everybody, today we are joined by Northeption, who just won their match. We will begin with a question from Esports World first.
eスポーツワールドの猪川と申します。本日はおめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まずはバイルコーチにお伺いしたいんですけれども、先日の DRX 戦を終えた後にツイッターで私のミスですという投稿してたのを見かけました。今回の大会でどのように修正をしましたか？
전에 DRX전 때 지고 나서 감독님이 트위터에 나의 미스 때문에 졌다라는 트윗을 한다고 했어요. 그 이후로 오늘 저희가 이기기 위해서 어떤 대책을 강구하셨는지 물어보셨거든요.
일단은 그냥 뭐 선수들이 못해서 졌다고 하기에는 조금 그런 게 뭔가 바인드 같은 경우에도 DRX한테 그렇게 좀 무기력하게 안 질 수도 있었고, 그리고 충분히 뭐 에이전트를 바꿔서 할 수도 있었는데, 일단은 원래 하기로 했던 거 하자 해가지고 그것 때문에 선수들한테 조금 미안한 게 있는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 바꾸자고도 한번 얘기가 나오긴 했었는데 제가 아니야 지금은 시간이 많이 없고 하니까 일단은 그냥 밀어붙이자 했는데, 뭐 선수들이 따라왔지만 제가 선택한 거니까 책임은 뭐 제가 져야 되는 것도 맞는 거고, 그런 부분에서 뭔가 선수들한테 좀 많이 미안했죠.
選手たちが悪くって負けたよりは選手たちがやりたかった構成があったんですけど、それがまだ準備ができてないなと思って、ちょっとバイルさんの意見をもうちょっと強く話して、私たち今準備できた時間が足りないからこのままでいこうと思ってやった、そういうプレーがうまくできなくて、それがちょっと俺のミスだったんじゃないのかなと思って、そういうツイートをしました。
So I wouldn't blame on the players because they actually suggested changing a few metas after the defeat from DRX on Bind, but I kind of insisted on sticking with the meta we had because we didn't really afford the time to kind of ponder upon the new strats. So I think I should be the one who holds responsibility for this. So so I wouldn't blame on the players.
We'll take the next question from GameSpark Okano.
はい、よろしくお願いいたします。ゲームスパークの岡野です。まずは勝利おめでとうございます。ブラックウィズ選手にお伺いしたいんですけれども、おとといの DRX 戦の後、どのようにチームの中でお話をして、今日の試合にどのように挑もうというふうに話されていましたか？
埼玉スーパーアリーナの時と同様なんですけど、もう後がないっていう状態なので、とりあえず楽しもうっていうのと、僕たちも勝ちたい気持ちはとてもあるので、楽しみつつ勝つためにメンタルだけは強くいこうっていうのを意識してプレーしてました。
So the question is, from the DRX match 2 days ago, had the team reflect on this to go into this match? Just like how we played for Saitama Super Arena back in the regional finals, we made sure that we keep having fun. At the same time, we are really strongly wanting the win. So to do that, to be able to have both of these completed, we needed to make sure that our mental is stable, and so we did that, and we made sure to talk amongst the team like that.
すみません、続けて質問させていただきたいんですけれども。
We'll take the next question from Declan from Deserto.
Hi, I'll direct this question at Zinfree, but it's for anybody if they have an opinion. So you said that the team definitely feels some pressure from the Japanese fans based off of kind of the Zeta run earlier in Masters 1. I was just wondering if that's more positive pressure as in it's motivation for you guys, or is it more negative pressure as in it makes you guys kind of jittery or kind of second guess yourself, like in the overtime round you guys just played?
For me personally, it has more of a negative pressure since the expectations are incredibly high since Zeta was placed third during Stage 1 Masters. And most of the fan base in Japan is lean towards Zeta Division.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Alec from VLR.
Hi guys. First of all, congrats on your win. There was a statistic on broadcast that said you guys had never been in an overtime for all of stage 2. So how did you guys cope with the nerves in that final overtime on bind?
スタッツでは、皆さんが今までに OT に、入ったことがないというふうに書かれていたんですけれども、そのオーバータイムにおける、緊張の度合いなど、どのようにして、克服したのか教えてください。
네, 모두 마지막 라운드 때 오버타임에 돌입했는데 그 오버타임 됐을 때 그 긴장감을 어떻게 극복했는지 듣고 싶다고 하십니다.
水だけ
これオーバータイムに入って、気持ちで負けないようにしようっていうのを意識してやってました。
오버타임에 들어왔을 때도 저는 다음 라운드를 계속 생각하고 있어야 됐기 때문에 상대가 어떻게 움직일지만 계속 생각했던 것 같습니다.
So we try to keep emotionally stable and so we don't get nervous for the overtime.
So as an IGL, I had to, keep thinking about the next move, so I couldn't really afford the time to be nervous.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Pedro Romero.
Yes, hello. Likewise, congrats on the win. I'd like to direct my question to Dariali. Obviously, you and the rest of the players were pretty disappointed after losing that initial series against DRX. But for you guys to come back and take it against Xerxia, what enabled you guys to to bounce back mentally and improve your performances from your perspective?
この質問はデリアリさんの、への質問です。もちろん、最初のマッチ、DRX との、対戦では、残念な結果となりましたが、今回見事勝利を収めることができました。今回勝利を収める上での、何か、秘訣といいますか、前回から立ち直る上での、何か対策などはあったんでしょうか。
対策っていうのは、その自分の中ではその相手がどうこうしてくるっていう資料がもともとジャーナリストの方が用意してくれてたので、そういうのをみんなで見てたぐらいで、あと個人としてチームとしては多分すごいなんていうんですか、勢いをつけるためにもうラウンド勝った時はナイスとかそういうとか負けた時とかのストライっていうそういうリアクションを多分すごい大きくしたのがすごい今回の試合に良かったのかな、勢いついたのかなと思います。
In terms of strategic, we have an analyst report, and with that, we were able to construct a strategy for this match. And in terms of mentally, I try to personally react positively and strongly when we took a round and say nice and all the positive words amongst the team. So we are mentally strong towards the match.
We'll take the next question from GameSpark Yao.
はい、デリアリー選手に質問です。セカンドマップからいつもの笑顔が見られるような印象を受けたんですけども、ファーストマップからセカンドマップに切り替えるタイミングでどのような心境の変化があったんでしょうか。
心境的な変化は、もう初戦で、すごい自分としては、その納得っていうか、すごい落ち込む内容だったんですけど、そういうところを、なんていうんですか、チームメンバーとかにも、心配させないように、すごい、表だけでも、なんていうんですか、すごい、感情的な部分を出してたのが、すごい切り替え的に良かったのかなと思います。
ありがとうございます。
The question is for Dirili, how did you improve on your mental state going from the first map to the second map? And because the first map, the performance was disappointing for him, he tried to not to concern his teammates, try to speak positively and try to hide his nerves going to the second round.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Esports World U.
今回は前さんにお願いします。
はい。
前回の、DRX 戦での配信のインタビューの時にものすごく落ち込んでいるように見えたので、ちょっと心配していたんですけれども、今回すごくパフォーマンスも良くて、声もすごい出てて楽しそうに見えたんですが、どのように気持ちを切り替えて挑みましたか？
そうですね。初戦を負けた時は本当に悔しくて、すごい気分も落ちてたんですけど、やっぱり日本で配信を見てくれているファンの方だったり、チームメイトにも、本当に落ち込んでる姿を見せるのも申し訳ないなっていう気持ちがあったので、今日はもう全力の笑顔と、テンションの高さ、で、試合をしようって思いました。
ありがとうございます。
Yes, of course, I was disappointed for after the DRX match, but today for the fans that are watching and supporting us, I try to not look disappointed and try to not show that negative feeling and acted positively.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from GameSpark Okano.
バイルコーチへ伺いたいんですけれども、サードマップ、バインドでオーバータイムに入った後にマッチポイントを取った時にタイムアウトを取っていたと思うんですけども、その時にどのようなお話をされていましたか？
어떤얘기를했는지들어보고싶다고하십니다.
오버타임 때 처음에는 안 걸었고요. 두 번째 오버타임 때 걸었는데 두 번째 오버타임 때 공격에서 걸었는데 어떻게 게임을 풀어나갈 건지 아무래도 조조가 우리 팀의 IGL이다 보니까 뭐 제가 아무리 코치여도 뭐 이렇게 해 저렇게 하는 것보다는 선수들이 직접 게임을 하면서 느끼는 게 있어야 되기 때문에 선수가 IGL로서 어떤 거를 좀 하고 싶은지 좀 의중을 좀 듣고 싶었고, 그리고 남은 시간에는 서로 어떻게 할 건지 빨리 얘기를 해라 이런 식으로 좀 많이 했던 것 같아요. 뭐 제가 선택을 한다기보다는 뭐 선수가 선택하는 쪽으로 많이 가고, 뭐 선수가 선택했다고 해서 절대 뭐 남으로 하는 일은 없고, 그게 잘못돼도 제가 선택한 거기 때문에 제가 책임지고 가는 거기 때문에 별로 뭐 그런 생각도 안 들었고, 그냥 선수들을 좀 많이 믿고 가는 편이었던 것 같습니다.
So the question is that during the map 3, during the overtime, you called for a timeout, and what kind of advices did you give to the players? And Val answered that it wasn't really any strategic call I made. I talked to Jojo mostly as an IGL because I thought it was very important to for the players to make their own judgments and be really quick on feet. So I talked to him and kind of asked what he wanted to do and what the team wanted to do for the overtime during the second set of overtime. So as a coach, I didn't make any calls, but really talked about how the IGL should respond to this kind of situations. So I wouldn't blame or take any reward for the outcomes of that coaching, because it was my call to give that kind of advice instead of making calls. So yeah, I would have been responsible for any kind of output from there.
2回目のオーバータイムの時、タイムオーバーを取ったと思うんですけど、その時私たちは攻め側だったので、どういう作戦をしたらいいのか、みんなの意見を聞きました。特にトゥトさんがノーセップの IGL をやっているので、トゥトさんの意見を聞いて、その残りの時間もトゥトさんの作戦に合わせて何のプレーをしたいのか、選手たちに話を合わせる時間を与えました。たとえそれが間違ったとしても、責任はコーチの俺が取るから、選手たちを信じてやりたい作戦をプレイしようっていう話をしました。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Esports World U.
ブラックウィズ選手にインタビュー質問させてください。今回マインドで初めてバイパーを見たんですけれども、実際どうですか、国際大会でバイパー使ってみた感想っていうのをお聞かせください。
まあ実のところを言うと、僕は本当にバインドでもバイパーを出したかったんですけど、やっぱりチームの構成だったりいろんなのがあって今まで出せなくて、なんか違うエージェントを使ったんですけど、自分の本当に好きなメインエージェントを世界大会っていうところで披露できて本当に嬉しかったです。
ありがとうございます。空爆良かったです。
ありがとうございます。
The question for Blackwiz is, how did you feel about using Viper on Vine for the first time at this international stage? And the answer is yes, I wanted to, I have been wanting to use Viper for the longest time, but because of the comp issue amongst the team, I was not able to. But since it's a favorite agent of mine, I wanted to use it, and I was really happy to have a successful performance with the favorite agent.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Pedro from Blix.gg.
Yes, this question goes to Jojo. I asked Fox in the Xerxes press conference about how he thinks Northeption will fare in their next match in the group stage and also beyond, should you guys make it to the next round. And he said that he thinks of this team having the potential to make it to the grand finals. And so I'd like to know your reaction to that and your thoughts.
네, 조조 선수에게 질문 드리겠습니다. 세르시아 인터뷰 시에 저희가 이후에 플레이오프를 진출을 하고 이제 우승을 향해서 가는 데 있어서는 좀 많은 준비가 필요할 것 같다라고 좀 이야기를 했었던 인터뷰 답변이 있었는데요. 조조 선수는 이거에 대해서 좀 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금합니다.
아무래도 저희는 요번에 나온 마스터즈 팀들과 달리 완성된 팀이라기보다는 한 경기 한 경기 매 라운드마다 성장하고 있는 팀이기 때문에 다음 경기 다음 라운드만 생각하면서 열심히 해야 될 것 같습니다.
So unlike many other teams at this Masters, they're really organized and structured, but we're a team that's actually growing as we play during the tournament. So we're just going to focus on a game by game and really focus on growing up and being more complete as a team, and hopefully that'll grind our way up to the better tournament result.
私たちは完成されたチームよりは毎試合を通じながら成長するチームだと思うので、次のラウンド、次の試合を考えながら一生懸命頑張りたいと思います。
And we'll take the final question of this press conference from Declan from Deserto.
Hi, this question is for Jojo. So as we understand it, you are the translator between Meteor and the rest of the team. So I was just wondering, how often do your communications get very muddled during the rounds? And how do you kind of keep things in order? And also if there was any round in the last match you just played as an example of how things kind of broke down, if they ever do.
네, 조조 선수에게 질문 다시 또 드리겠습니다. 이제 또 메테오 선수와의 좀 통역자의 역할도 하고 계신데요. 또 IGL로서 이렇게 좀 그런 커뮤니케이션에 어려움을 겪지는 않으시는지, 그리고 이번 경기에 있어서 그런 커뮤니케이션에 어려움이 있었을 때 어떻게 대처하셨는지 궁금합니다.
이제 태호와 저가 이제 한국인으로서 일본인 3명과 같이 일본 팀에서 작전이나 어떤 상대가 뭐 어떤 걸 했는지, 상대가 어떤 움직임을 했는지라는 거를 한국인들이는 한국어로 하고, 그 다음에 제가 그 한국어로 듣고서 일본인들에게 설명을 해주거나 다음 라운드에 이거를 할 거야 라고 일본인들에게 번역 일하게 하기보다는 제가 판단을 하기 때문에 그런 부분은 되게 매 라운드마다 힘든 건 사실이지만, 그만큼 일본인들도 엄청 저희에게 귀를 기울여주고 저희가 간단한 일본어만 해도 간단하게 이해를 해주는 그런 게 되게 감사하고 있습니다.
So obviously there are 2 Korean speaking players and 3 Japanese players, and there must be some kind of translation. But I would say rather than translating communication, it's more of a making calls, or I have to speak Korean to Meteor and speak Japanese to our Japanese players, but it's possible because our Japanese players really listen to our communications even though we're not fluent in Japanese. So it's more of a making calls than linguistic communication.
まず、テオさんにどういうプレーをしたいのか聞いた後、味方に自分が通訳として伝えたり、YGL をしているので、状況に合わせてやりたいプレーをコールするんですけど、さすがに私もまだ完璧な日本語の実力を持っているわけではないので、そういうちょっと日本選手たちが簡単な日本語だけ聞いてもやりたいプレーをすぐ分かってそれに合わせてくれるので、そっちの部分は本当にいつも感謝しております。
Thank you. This will conclude the press conference with Northeption. Thank you.